For Steelers' Aaron Rodgers, he did not play, right? But rookie Drew Aller had the home crown chant in his name as he threw for 2 touchdowns and 153 yards. He looked good. Chase, what stood out from Aller's performance?
Yeah, I mean, probably his footwork. Look, when you watch him at Penn State, there's some plays that just make you want to scream because I'm like, you have so much talent in the world. And then there's some plays where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is NFL first-round talent. He showed the former on the field last night. A lot of boots, a lot of quick game, but when they got him in this up-tempo type offense, his footwork looked completely different. I don't know if he changes mechanics. I don't know if McCarthy has already done all of that, but he has played at an extremely high level. 3 total touchdowns, most importantly, no interceptions. Couple wrong reads through a flat route into cover 2. Me and I were talking about this drag and route concept where it's a slant and a flat. However, he played pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, Mina, he's played in some big-time environments in college football. Felt like the moment wasn't too big for him. I thought that was impressive. What did you see from Aller?
Yeah, I would echo a lot of what Chase said. I thought just mechanically he looked significantly better in this outing than he did a lot at times his final year in college. Really played on time. I mean, the ball was coming out fast, had a 2.55 second time to throw. Pretty simple concepts to be sure, but executed well. He was accurate and decisive. And there were a couple of times where he actually, and this was probably what I was most, I guess, skeptical of going off of his college tape. I thought he handled pressure well in a couple of moments. So, something certainly to build on, obviously against third stringers, in Green Bay, yeah. And it's a simple offense and all of the usual preseason caveats apply. But part of the reason why I think the Steelers drafted him is the physical tools were so enticing. The feeling was if we can continue developing him as a quarterback, maybe there's something there. So this was a good first step.
Yeah, Jeremy, when you talk to people around the league, what kind of comparisons have you heard for Aller?
Yeah, Laura, the Steelers see shades of one Joe Flacco in Drew Aller. They feel like he's that big, tall stature thrower with the huge arm that can go downfield. They figure, hey, that's a lot to work with, and you can put him in the Mike McCarthy school of quarterbacking with his track record. They've already seen improvements in his footwork. You see the receivers there. They had the whole rookie class balling out as well as Aller. So he's going to be on the roster. We know that. The bigger question is, what do they do with the other quarterbacks? Mason Rudolph with the 19 first starts, and then you got Will Howard. They like all 4 of those guys. They can't keep all 4, but Aller will be there for sure. Yeah,
they like Will Howard a lot. I wonder if Mason Rudolph's the man outside looking in. Mina, when you look at this skill group, it feels like there actually are a lot of positives there. What did you see last night?
This is an extremely underrated group of skill players. And honestly, if they weren't in the NFC West, I think we'd be talking about this team differently, because before I get to the skill players, that touchdown throw from Jacoby Brissett was probably the most impressive throw I saw the entire day so far in the preseason. And he is a professional quarterback. But to go to the receivers, first of all, I love seeing Marvin Harrison Jr. being used on a crosser. I'm interested in seeing how Mike LaFleur uses him this season, because I felt like at times too many go routes and hitches. You want to see him working over the middle of the field, get the ball in his hands where he can use that big frame to create space for himself. Michael Wilson had a fantastic catch on an out route earlier, just snapped, I think it was Eric Stokes off. Fantastic route runner. And then on top of that, now you have this unbelievable stable of running backs. I mean, in addition to Jeremiah Love, Tyler Algier is a really good back. You saw him. He played well in this game, too. And while this team, I don't think anyone has expectations for them to win the NFC West or be competitive, if you're thinking about next year, they're really building something, I think, special in terms of this group of skill players, Chase.
I mean, I could not agree more with you that they're going to surprise some people at the skill position because, look, Michael Wilson, Kendrick Bourne is there. It seems like Kendrick Bourne the last 6 or 7 years has had 500 or 600 yards receiving. You have Trey McBride, one of the best tight ends in all of football, and then you pair him with Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love, to me, played outstanding. They played him a lot more probably than some people thought they would, but I actually love it. Like, when you're a rookie running back, you have to get dirty. It means you can't just do practice reps. Practice reps don't tell the whole story. You got to get out there. You got to see protections. You got to see holes, the vision, the verse, all that stuff makes sense. And then Mike LaFleur's offense, I know it's preseason, guys, but I played a lot in the preseason as the backup. So I take it as a Super Bowl. And Mike LaFleur has been absolutely cooking in the Hall of Fame game and here with 27 points last night. So hopefully this will go over. Like, I'm a little sad Carson Beck didn't play because I would have loved to see that. But Brissett reminded everyone, like Mina said, hey, I'm still a National Football League quarterback.
So Mendoza's obviously in Vegas. He was like, yeah, I'm just going to go watch tape after the game. I got nothing else to do. It's music to everyone's ears. It's a Raiders fan, right? Mina, what stood out to you about Mendoza's performance?
I was impressed. I thought he looked comfortable. He looked comfortable under center, which was obviously a big talking point around him leading up to the draft, knowing he was going to have to do that. In Kubiak's offense, you saw it off of the jump. The dig that he ripped to Benson, you saw comfort and honestly aggressiveness. That's a pretty tight window throw that he made there, and that was again under center. The slant on the touchdown, again, great ball placement. I thought he showed resilience coming back from some sacks, some negative series. So, all in all, I thought it was a terrific start. But perhaps equally important, guys, I really liked what I saw from some of his teammates. I thought that Jack Best, you saw the young player, made a couple of really good contested catches. Michael Mayer, the tight end, this second banana to Brock Bowers, has a lot of juice. And then the offensive line looked competent. This has nothing to do with Fernando Mendoza, but there was a play on the first drive where Ashton Genty ran between the tackles, and I think he got better blocking on that play than he did the entire 2025 season. So that was encouraging to see, because we all know the surrounding cast is going to play a large part in determining what sort of a season Fernando Mendoza has.
Should we be taking away what last night was as a first preseason game, but also our first time getting to see you with the Pittsburgh Steelers young quarterbacks potentially of the future after Aaron's done?
Well, big picture, I mean, it's definitely it's preseason football, so as we know, and obviously you playing in the NFL understand this. There's so many different things you're trying to accomplish, in the preseason. So I thought we got off to a good start there. But from the quarterback position, I've been saying all along, this is an outstanding room. With the Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers. But I've been nothing but impressed from really early in the spring with Mason Rudolph, and I was excited to see him play and take those first reps. And I thought he had a hell of a night. And then you got your two young guys. I mean, Will Howard's been waiting for this opportunity for over a year, so it was great to get Will out there. And he had some tough preseason situations, which always happen. Things are not always clean, and then he responded with a great 2-minute drive. So that was excellent. And then and Drew had a huge second half. So I think it's clearly a performance that we can build off of as a quarterback room. But this is a hell of a room. I'm really excited about these guys.
Now, you've already broken down the film. Jeremiah Love pops in a way that is unicornish. Is that too much to say, Brian?
No, it's a little flamboyant, but
Nice.
He makes you watch, Rich. His spin at the end of the run to avoid contact and to get an extra 3 yards, pushing through 4 defenders to get the first down. He combines power. He's elusive. He jumped right over the free safety last night on a run up the middle. That's pretty good right there. On cue, Rich. Good job.
We've got a great production staff.
He's a raise. That's it. Right up the middle, he jumps the free safety and then he sticks the landing. And so he's going to be fun to watch. He's going to get the ball a lot. I saw James Conner on the sideline last night. He's been a great back in this league. He's been, a great story, but it'd be hard to keep Jeremiah Love off the field.
There's a ton. I think it's the easiest place to play quarterback in the NFC outside of the Los Angeles Rams. You're going to have a top 10 offensive line. You'll have a top 10 run game. I think you have one of the most skilled pass-catching groups in the NFL. If we think of the 3 receivers they have and add in T.J. Hawkinson, you'll have a top 5 defense. You just can't be bad. Yeah. We've watched Kyler play at a very high level for stretches in this league. If the Vikings get that version of Kyler, there's no question they're going to contend to win this division. I think it's one thing for each party in this grouping, Kevin O'Connell and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, you're not a playmaker in this offense. Okay, we just need you to hit the open guy. If I'm Kevin O'Connell, I'll get him open. And if you're Kevin O'Connell, I think the big challenge is, can he build in passing lanes in their play-action pass game for Kyler's vision? That's going to be, can we stretch this offensive line a little bit horizontally in the play-action game to create some of those really high-end throwing lanes that Sean Payton used to do for Drew Brees, and that passing game with that play-action game over the middle with those crossers are easier to see for Kyler because he's always struggled to do that.